What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. How you doing? Spur here, and I am going to be showing you how to fix the Virtavia C-17 for X-Plane 11. First things first, we want to go over just a little bit about the plane and what's wrong with it. So we'll hop in the cockpit real quick and we'll take a look at it. Alright, first things first, the Virtavia C-17 is a plane you can get at xplane.org. It's on the .org store. It is payware, and it's right now it's listed as $19.95. It's a C-17 Globemaster 3. Now, you get the plane and you install it into X-Plane, and the first issue you're going to run into is the fact that you don't have a working FMS. This is broke. This is the major thing that is broke with the plane, and none of them work. So basically what we're going to do is go in and apply a fix to get one of these working. I haven't done anything about the other three. Honestly, I don't care. This is the only one that I want working. There is a PDF file online floating around somewhere that gives you instructions on how to do this. That's what I used, but there were a few things in that confused me and wasn't quite the same. I don't know why there's a difference between what that doc says and what I did, but there was, and you know, I had to do some additional things to get mine to work. Alright, so in addition to fixing the FMS, a few other things I did to the airplane. I had to fix the bypass ratio. That was actually set to 0 when it should have had a value in it. I had to fix some stall characteristics to the airplane, and also it had some pylons, some extra pylon geometry that you have to hide. So those things are simple. The FMS is going to be the hardest thing you have to do out of all these. So anyway, let's see about getting started. Alright, so the very first thing you want to do to fix this aircraft is you need to figure out where your X-Plane 11 program is installed. Mine's on my F drive. I can't, you know, I won't get into the specifics of that because it could vary greatly between users. Mine is on my F drive, so it's going to be different for me, but you're going to find your X-Plane 11 folder, you're going to click it, and you're going to scroll down through it, and you're going to find Plane Maker right here. You can see it. All right, you're gonna have to double click on that and open it up, and now it's open, and the first thing you're going to do with that is go to File, Open. We don't need to save this, it's already opened up. You're going to go to your aircraft folder where you installed the Virtavia C-17, and you see it right here, C-17 Globemaster 3 1.2. Open that up, and you're going to go through it and find the ACF file. Here we go, C-17 Globemaster 3 ACF. Double click that, and you're going to say, it says you installed an old school simplified X-Plane GPS or FMS on the pilot side, but these are no longer supported with X-Plane 11. That is the issue with the plane. That's the big issue. It's still flyable. You know, it's not completely broke. I don't want to give that impression, but you won't have a working FMS if you don't apply this fix. So what we need to do is, of course, you'll hit understood, and it'll take it a minute. Largest. All right, so here's the plane, and you'll see the extra pylon geometry that I was talking about. We'll have to hide that as well, but right now we're going to fix the FMS. So with that done, we want to go in and hit panel, or go under standard here at the top bar, go to panel 3D, and there you go. All right, so this is the artwork for the 3D panel. We're going to zoom out a little bit. Now the FMS screen that you have to fix is going to be down here in the bottom left. You see the red square. I don't know what the red square is about, disregard it, but the panel that you need is in this area. Now, there's a couple of things in this area that you might wind up inadvertently clicking. Also, you know, before you make any of these changes and save it, you want to take the plane, back it up. Back up, you know, your zip folder where you got the airplane. You know, the original downloaded zip. Back it up, keep it somewhere just in case if things don't go right, you can always reinstall the airplane and start over from scratch. So for the FMS, if you click on this down here, you will see MCD-BG1, MCD-BG for black. That is not what we need. All right. It's kind of a little bit wonky, but you need to click just over to the right of it. Just over to the right of it. Okay. There's the MCDBG1 again. If you click between the yellow square and, you know, we'll even zoom in on it a little bit. If I can get it to do it. There we go. You click between the yellow square and this red outline here, you'll see a rad_FMS. That is the one I fixed. That is the one I changed. So make sure that you have rad_FMS selected. All right, once you have it selected and over here in this box, you're going to go up to the top of the screen here, and you're going to click this little icon that will delete it. It says delete selected instruments and keyboard shortcut. Okay, so there we go. It's deleted. It's gone now. All we have is the MCDBG1 and these other guys over here. These are all the same. But the rad_FMS is now gone. Now we need to add the new one. So we will go over here to the top left panel, and you're going to see radios right here. You're going to click that. You're going to expand it and look for GPS FMS right here. There it is. Okay. You're going to expand that one, and you're going to look for CDU739_screen ENG. There it is. Click it. It's going to bring up this black box. Right click or left click the black box and drag it over to your screen. So we have it in the artwork screen or whatever this panel is called. I'm not an expert on this, so I couldn't tell you much more about it. So there we go. There's our screen. Now we've got to get this positioned in the right location. All right, so we have the FMS screen in our panel here, our working panel. The next thing we want to do is resize it. We have to resize it in the X and the Y, and we have to scale it. In order to do that, you're going to go down here to the very bottom bar. You're going to click the little area, the numbers here beside X. You're going to highlight in yellow, and you're going to type in 126. And that is it. Nothing else. It's going to scoot it over to the edge of the screen. All right. At that point, you're going to go to the Y axis. Click it. You'll see it highlighted. You have to type in -113. Once that is in, it's going to move it down to the bottom corner. You're almost there. Now, the last thing we have to do is have to resize it. So we're going to do 0.85. And there we go. It's in there. All right. The final thing you have to do before you save this is go over here to bus 1 and check that. Right here, the bottom left corner, bus 1. You have to check that. Once that is done, you can go up here to the top left corner, back it up, and hit save. The plane is now saved. All right, so now that the FMS is fixed, we'll be looking at it in a bit. I want to get everything taken care of before we exit out of this and go back into the sim. So on my list of things to do over here, we fixed the FMS. We've got that taken care of. The next thing we want to do is fix these extra pylons here that are showing. This is going to be super easy. You go to Expert, Invisible Parts. So we'll go up here to Expert. Then all the way down at the bottom of the list, it's going to say Invisible Parts. You hit that. All right, now that the part visibility screen is up, what we want to do is we want to check this middle column right here. We want to go Engine 2, Pylon 1. Check that. We're going to check the next one after that, Engine 3, Pylon 1. Check that as well. Then we're going to go all the way down to Engine 2, Pylon 2. Check that. And go to Engine 3, Pylon 2, and check that. So basically, when you have it done, you're going to have 4 selected, 4 blank that are not checked, and then 4 more that are selected. And that's going to be taking care of the pylons for us there. So we can close this out, and we're going to save it again. Just hit save. There we go. All right, the next thing on our list to do is to fix the bypass ratio of the engines. So with that, we need to go back to standard and then engine specs. So we go standard, Where's it at? Okay, here we go. Engine specs. Right here. Hit that. And we're going to go to the Jets 3 tab. So you got engines 1, 2, prop 1, 2. Go to Jets 3, select that. And down here in the bottom left corner, you're going to see the bypass ratio. It is currently at 0.0. That is wrong. It should be 5.9. So we're going to do the little up arrow here. 4, 5. And then we're going to do... Oh, that's not going to work. There we go. 5 points. I think it's 5.9. I don't have it wrote down. I think it's 5.9 though. I can't remember if it's 5.6 or 5.9. Yes, okay. The correct bypass ratio is going to be 5.9. So get 5.9 plugged in under the bypass ratio right here. Okay, once you have that in, close it out. We're going to save it again. All right. And then the final thing we want to do is make a fix to these flaps. All this stuff is information I've gotten off different forums. I think the bulk of it came off the explain.org forum. These were all suggestions that people had made. So we're going to fix the flaps. What we need to do is go back to a standard, control geometry, LED deployment. So let's go back to standard. Look for control geometry right here. Click that. And look for LED deployment. It's going to be under the flap and slat coefficients over here in the top right panel of the numbers that you can change. Right now it is 6. We're going to bump it up to 10. All right, so we got that one set to 10. And we got that one set to 10. We're good to go. All right, close this out. Go back and hit save once again. And at this point, we're done. I think that's everything on my to-do list, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so we got the plane taken care of. We've got it saved. Let's load it back into Sim and see if we have our FMS. All right, we're back in the Sim with our beautiful C-17, the Barney, Mississippi Air National Guard down in Biloxi. The pylon, extra pylon geometry is gone. Let's hop in the plane and see if we have our FMS. And there you go. There is our working FMS now. I'm not sure if clicking this stuff actually works. No, it does not. Okay, that is the only downside to this, or I don't know. It's not really a downside. Is that none of these keys will work for the FMS. They don't do anything, right? So how you actually get to work the FMS is by pressing Alt and C. That's Alt and the letter C together, and you'll get this little window pop up here, and you hit clear, and you can type in whatever you want in it at that point, and do your flight plan just like any other airplane. So that is basically it. Everything should be working fine. The engine should have definitely more power now. The stall characteristics should be a little bit better. This is exactly the way I have my plane set up and how I fly it with the changes that I made, and it flies great. Another thing you need to be cognizant about in this plane, I've seen some people say, well, it's still really sluggish and flies like a brick. That is true, but the big thing about this plane, if you go up here to flight, edit weights and balances. Okay, so yeah, let's you know, payload weight is down to like nothing, right? 20,415 pounds. Let's zero it out. 0 pounds, right? Take the weight down. You know, but the plane, if you look over here, is still 461,194. So if you zero that out and put in a low amount of fuel, it's still gonna fly like a brick. The reason why is down here at the bottom, hidden is a jettisonable load weight, which is 170,000 pounds. It's almost 171,000 pounds. If you want to make the plane fly nice and not fly like a brick, take that to 0. There you go. You know, if you want it to fly like it's got 170,000 pounds on it, max it out. But this makes a huge difference right here, and it's hid. It's hidden from you. I don't know why they got this down at the very bottom, but it is. Anyway, that's basically it for the Virtavia C-17. Like I said, just be sure to back up, you know, your original file for the plane in case things do not work out well for you. You can always just reinstall it. And with that said, I hope y'all enjoy, and we'll catch you in the air next time. Peace.